Welcome to the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. If it's your first time here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell. We do live streams from Monday to Thursdays, sometimes Friday, and I would appreciate it if you would tune in to them or at least catch the replay. So, welcome everybody. Today on the podcast, we're talking about social media. And, you know, I'm a social media influencer. I do YouTube and other social media platforms. But, I have to say this. I see that a lot of people are putting out all of their business on social media. And I'm going to first start off by talking about the ones that really don't understand the gravity of what they're doing, and that's the younger people. They put every single location. They put they're here, they're at the library, they're this, they're at school, and they put the location on. That's one of the most dangerous things that you can ever do is when you're somewhere putting your location on so that people can know where you are at that time. And the reason why it's so important to talk about this is because people have been unalived from stalkers, weirdos, exes, people who have some jealousy issues or whatever. People have been unalived. Do y'all hear me? Do you hear me, chat family? People are being unalived behind putting their location on because you may not even know somebody is stalking you. But when they know all of your location, everywhere you are, what you do at all the time, they can pretty much find out where you go on a regular basis and start to follow you around. Let's put this out there too. There's a lot of people out there that are not wrapped too tight that could have all kinds of feelings about you. And especially what I'm nervous about is the younger ones, the younger children. There are predators out there, and they're hoping that the children have never been told to not put things on social media. As parents, as other adults, even for the older population, checking on your elderly relatives and friends to make sure they're not putting all their business on social media. I understand, having a social media that is private and it's just for your family. I'm a firm believer in that. There's certain things that only your people who live in your area, the ones that you really know and trust, for them to know certain information. But it should not be put out there for every single person to know all the details of your private life. I've seen people put out, you know, they're at the bank, they're at the store, they're here, they're there. And I'm asking myself, what in the world are you doing? And with this social media age, I think people are doing too much oversharing. We are in this age of oversharing. They overshare everything, where they eat, where they drink, where they go to school, where they bank at, and all the time. That dangerous thing, putting their location out there. Please, everyone, just a warning, because I'm concerned, because I care. Please check and make sure you stop putting out your personal location, and make sure that you're checking on your children to make sure they're not putting out their location where they are, because these predators are real. they're never going to tell you they're predators. They're expecting, the younger children and the elderly to not know certain things so that they can take advantage of them. And it's very important for us to continue to check what your children are looking at, what your older family members or friends are doing, and also those who have family that is special needs. We have to protect them. You have to advocate for your family. You have to advocate for your children, for those who have special needs, and also you have to protect yourself. There's nobody out there that's going to tell you, don't put this out there. People want to know all your business, but it's too dangerous to do that. It really is. And I'm saying this from a place of consideration and to protect uh, even one person. And there's a lot of things that happen besides when you put out your information on social media. There are people who will break in your homes, steal. There are people who will come and kidnap you. I've even heard stories where people have been I can it's not kidnapped, but they've been held hostage and then had to be put into the what is it called? Um I can't think of the word, but basically getting into trafficking, human trafficking, that's the term. They get put into being a human trafficker, and it does not matter the age, from a child all the way up to a grown person. It doesn't matter your age. They're always looking for victims to use as human traffickers. That's what they want to do. They want to use people so that they can make money, and it can ruin your entire life. You can ruin everything. It can mess you up. It gives you so much problems. And never want to see anybody that gets themselves in that sort of situation to where they get put into a situation where if they had just not uploaded, if they had not put certain videos out there, then they would be okay. They would be fine. It's just, I just see so much things on social media that is very scary, and people just aren't thinking. They're not thinking logically. They think it's funny, they think it's cute to overshare until something happens. Then when something happens, then they think, oh, I should not have done that. So there's that part. But also in social media, people are putting out all of their personal issues, their personal family issues. Whatever happened to the times where people kept their personal business to themselves? Whatever happened to those days? Are those days long gone where people used to just keep their home business at home? Now, I'm not here to say if somebody is boxing you up, if someone is beating your face in, for you not to come out and to seek help and get help. But I mean, when you have issues in your family, you're going through certain things, why do people go on social media and share that? I feel that it's very scary, and it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to whoever your relatives are or friends or whoever it is. People go on social media and blast their relatives, they blast their friends, and then they make up. But all of that information is still there in your social media feed. Hmm, it's something to think about. Another thing that I have to say is, what is with everybody putting out their romantic status? Now, follow me here. I'm a firm believer in keeping my relationship status private. That's nobody's business. And I understand that not everybody is going to be like me and want to keep their business private on social media, but they put out all of their business when I get it, maybe putting out, the great things, but they share everything. They share when they had a fight, when they did this, and you can't take those things back. I always say that the things that you put out on your social media is a reflection of who you are. If you feel that it's okay to get online and blast your spouse or blast your significant other, you need to do some working on yourself to ask yourself, why do I think it's okay to do that? Everybody messes up. Everybody, every single person messes up and does something wrong. So, just something that I was thinking about, stop oversharing your what's happening within your romantic relationship and, with your friends. You don't have to share everybody's business, especially if it's something personal and private, something that somebody has asked you to keep private between the two of them. People go on social media, and the minute that something happens between them, they go and tell all that person's private business. Oh, and they do this and they do that, and they did this. They tell all their secrets. I always say, what does that say about you? Not much. It shows that you're a real scum. You're a real smuck. Hey, Mary B., how are you doing? Welcome. Thank you so much. You're listening at your desk. I hope you have a great day. Hey, Kyle, how are you doing? Good morning. Thank you for tuning in, everybody. If you could hit the like, I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, so I just wanted to say this, like, why do people think that it's okay to go and put out all their friends, all their romantic interests, all their family, all their personal business on social media? Why does everybody think that it's okay to do that? Well, whatever happened to the days of just if you have an issue in your relationship, having conversations, having communication? People go on their social media and go live. They go live on their YouTube channel, on their other social media platforms, and blast their person that they're in a relationship with. And I'm just like, what in the world is going on? To me, that's like a reflection that they're not wrapped too tight, not wrapped too tight. I am doing good. How are you this morning? I'm just enjoying myself this morning, trying to get some stuff done, but I'm hanging in there. Awesome, Kyle. I enjoyed your vlog. I watched your with your cruise. Yes, Mary B, I believe that too. They just want attention. But the whole thing about it is they put all of this information out on social media. Maybe it's a cry for help. There are some people who don't know how to leave toxic relationships. So maybe they need somebody to tell them that they should leave that relationship. I don't know. I don't know how that works because I'm more of a reserved person. I'm transparent in talking about, certain topics, but there's certain things I will never share. Yes, thank you so much. There's certain things I will never ever in this world share. You need to keep your bedroom chronicles to yourself. Keep your bedroom chronicles to yourself. I don't want to hear about it. And keep when, people will go online and get upset with the person they're in a relationship with, and then 15 minutes later they make up. But then now everybody knows your business. And the same thing applies with, your family. Stop sharing your personal romantic issues with your family and then get mad when your family is ready to pound their face in, you know? Be careful about what you put out there, because what you put out there, it doesn't go away. People never forget the things that you say, the things that you do. Hey, Writers for Life, how are you doing? Good morning. Good morning to you. I hope all is well with you. Yes, Mary B. The thing that gets me is they will spill all their toxic relationship issues. And then when people say to leave, they be mad like, I'm going to do what I want. And people need to mind their business. Oh my goodness. Boy, did you say a mouthful, Mary B. And that's what I don't understand. I'm a firm believer in I don't put anything out there. I don't want other people to know. If you don't want other people to know your business, if you don't want people to have a comment or advice or whatever or a critique, then don't put it on your social media. That's one of the reasons why you will never see Marlene share any romantic stuff on my social media. I don't believe in that. I believe in keeping my my chronicles, what's going on with me, whether it's good, bad, ugly, or nothing going on, to myself because I don't want to hear anybody's commentary on it. But just like Mary B said, they will put all their issues out there and then get mad when you tell them what they should do. For me, I believe that social media, you put things out there to get feedback. You put out your information, you put out your business, you do all of that because you are seeking for a response. You're seeking to get feedback. You want to have a conversation. You want to talk about this. So the ones that put things out there and then get upset, get angry, get frustrated because people actually say something about what they put out there, to me, that's a confirmation of some mental illness. And I'll just say that I believe so many people on social media have mental illness, but it's just undiagnosed, and they'll say that there's nothing wrong with me, but they're they're up one day and then they're down. They're up and down, sometimes several times in a day, or they don't even remember what they say. They're avid liars. It's just a lot. There's a lot of people on social media that are bipolar and they need to be on some medication. I'm just saying. I'm being 100% honest of what I've been seeing being here on social media since 2007. There are a lot of people with some mental illness. Like, and I'm not saying it to clown or making fun of people who have mental illness. I'm just saying that if you need some help, you need to see somebody, talk to a therapist, and get some help. Um, but I know that a lot of people they don't want to get help. They don't want to get help because they don't think anything is wrong with them. There's a lot of people on social media, and yes, like Mary said, they're seeking attention, but there are some who just don't know. They don't know how to cope with life. They don't have the right tools to deal with this life, and they're always frustrated. They're always venting. They're always angry at everybody. And I remember being in that space of being angry and jealous at the whole world, being envious of what other people have. Oh, how come they have that? And they think they're better. When someone just opens up their mouth and say, you think you're better than me, that is an instant reflection on what you think about yourself. That means that you're jealous of that person. And speaking from somebody who used to say that, I know that. I can claim that because I made personal growth. I had to work on myself. I agree. So many undiagnosed mental conditions. Mary, I'm telling you, I'm trying to tell you, so many undiagnosed. And there are so many who just they need some help. And me speaking from a place that I grew up, I had to mature. And that's the whole thing is that a lot of people here on social media are always blaming everybody for the things that they do. They start mess and then they get upset when they say, you put me in drama. You started the drama. They started the drama, but then they get upset when someone calls them out or tells them what they've actually done. And that's something that has never made sense to me. How are you upset because you've been exposed? That you've been exposed. You've been putting out this whole character, this whole persona that you were this way and you are nothing like that. And that's one of the things that I feel like that's so exhausting to keep up being a character. It's so much better, everybody, if you can just be yourself. And some people just are trying to get clicks, they're trying to get views, they're trying to grow and do all of these things. And I'm here for it too. I'm not going to lie, your girl is trying to grow and grow my brand and do all of those things. But one of the things that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to put my personal business out there to not my just my personal business, other people's business, people who have trusted me. People need to learn to shut their mouth. There ain't no nicer way to say that. But some people just need to shut their mouth. When someone tells you something in confidence and then you go and break the trust, you go and tell something confidential. For me, when I see people are like that, I run from people like that. I can't deal with people who, the minute that something happens, that they fall out with somebody, first thing they do is go and spread their personal business. Mm-mm. That's grimy. That's grimy. And you know my term, that's snakish. I don't like snakish people. I'm not about it. If I see somebody moving away different from how they claim to be, I just back up. I back up. I back off of people because I don't like people who talk out of two sides of their mouth. If you say you're about something, then do that. Then be it. Be who you are. I'm all for that. I support that. If a person is just raw and that's you, then be that. But don't be like, I'm not this way. And then you turn out to be the opposite of what you have portrayed yourself to be. Okay? Yes, Mary, always somebody's fault. Always. It's always somebody's fault. You're like, what in the world? Zero accountability. There are some people like, when are you ever going to mature? And I'm not going to say grow up because some people will be all 70 years old on this app showing their tail. Like for real. A whole mess. It's a whole mess. Whew. No accountability. Yes, I need my peace and quiet for real, Mary B. And my peace of mind. And that's one thing. It's not worth selling your soul. But, sometimes I am very leery that some people, I wonder if they have one. The amount of dark things, evil things that people will do, throwing people under the bus, telling other people's personal business. Mm-mm. Like, how do you live with yourself at night? And there are some people who say social media is just entertainment. That, yes, social media, we are here to entertain. You're here to learn. You're here for whatever reason. But remember that everything you do in the dark comes to the light. Amen. Whatever you do, it will come back to you just like a boomerang. And I'm telling you, when that boomerang comes around, it's going to slap you in the face. There are some people that when that boomerang comes back, hey, when that boomerang comes back, it's going to you're going to wake you up, boy. It's going to take you down. Hey Joe, how are you doing? Welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday to you. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to the mods. Appreciate each and every one of you. If you could hit the like. Yes, you agree. Yes, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, maturity is missing. What is going on? You know, and every single person who is on social media has to be at least 18 years old. That's a minimum. Okay. So you have these grown people acting like toddlers. I have some family members that are toddlers, and I feel they're more mature than some people here on social media. The things that I've seen that my toddler family members do, like they have it together, they have it going. And these on social media are really a trip, for real. They do they do the most horrible things. People make whole live streams clowning people, clowning other people, laughing at people's like real life. I've seen people do live streams making fun of people because they're homeless, because they got divorced, because they're in the hospital. I mean, like serious things. And I always say, you play with fire and you're going to get burned. You play with fire, you're going to get burned. You talk about people, you talk about people's family, their health problems. You never know what could happen to you. You never know when you could be in a situation to where you could be in the same situation. I always say I don't have time to make fun of people. I that's not my vibe. I never want to see anybody in harm's way. I never want to see anybody experience hard times. Everybody from time to time falls on rough patches where they don't know how they're going to pay their next bill or get some food to eat, or they go through, the ups and downs in relationships. Everybody has those issues. So for people to throw people under the bus and think that it's funny to make fun of people on their social media platform. Hmm. I always say be careful. Yes, Mary B. Socials are something else. YouTube is the worst one. I thought Twitter was bad. You know, After all of the platforms, I tend to think that there's a lot of people who come on social media trying to be famous. This is the only way that they get attention. So, hey, Michelle, good morning. Good morning to you. Happy Tuesday. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you're doing amazing. Yes, Mary B. And when I tell you when that thing comes back, when I tell you when it comes back like a boomerang, ooh, when that boomerang comes around and that thing swats you in the gut and takes you down, well, I personally call it, vengeance from God. But everybody has personal views. I'm not here to impose mine, but that's Marlene's opinion. I think that the wrath of God comes down on people. So be careful of what you do to people. Be careful of what you say, how you treat other people, because you never know when it could be your time. Okay? Hey, Butter Roll, how are you doing? Welcome. I appreciate you being here. Happy Tuesday to you. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. Yeah, it's not funny to me either, Michelle. It's not funny to me. Joe says on social media, we have the biggest reach around the world. So why not use it to spread good news and positivity? That's how I am too, Joe. I use all my platforms for either it has to be awareness, it has to be teaching, it has to be healing, but it's something constructive. I don't get on my platforms. That's just me. I'm not saying everybody else shouldn't, but I don't get on my platforms and do tomfoolery. My platforms are not the clown. I use my platforms as a brand, and I take my brand very serious. I agree, Joe. I really wish that people would use it in a positive way. I do too. I do too. Yes, happy Tuesday. Liz in the building. Good morning, Liz. How are you doing? Welcome in. I hope all is well with you. Appreciate every single one that is in here. Yes, evil uses the platform with biggest reach as a playground for ugliness, we need more good to run over the ugliness. You know, I am a full believer in that, Joe. A full believer and using the platform for a positive way. You know, I always say, like, we all learned this. And I know I learned this when I was in kindergarten. I remember like my first day of kindergarten. And I remember the rules the teacher put on the chalkboard. Yes, we had chalk. Yes, I am that old that we had chalk. And she wrote on there, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it, or otherwise known as the golden rule. So if you don't have something nice to say, then be quiet. And the same thing applies on social media. If you can't zip your mouth, if you can't uplift somebody, if you can't, say something nice, then don't say anything at all. That's what I'm trying to say. If you can't be supportive, if you can't be understanding, if you don't like somebody's content, then don't watch. For me, I feel like that's simple. Is it too difficult? Is it too difficult and hard for people to get that and understand? If you don't like somebody's content, why do you go on people's content with nasty comments, hateful comments, drama, foolishness, being mean, trying to be hurtful of another person? I always say that to me when I see people put comments that are so rude, so nasty, it's always a reflection of who they are. They just show how nasty they are. They show how they evil they are. It shows how immature they are. But I always say that no matter what another person does, I'm never going to lower my standard. I'm never going to lower my vibration. Ever. I'm not going to lower myself because I know my worth. I know what I deserve. Okay. And when you know yourself and love yourself, never lower your energy, never lower your vibration. Elevate everybody. That's a message on today. Never lower your vibration, your energy, or roll around in the mud with them. They're a pig. They like to get dirty. Let them roll around in the mud on their own. Okay. But you're never going to see Marlene connected with drama and foolishness. People will want to put me in drama. People will want to throw me shade and all of those things, but that's not my problem. I always say that's a them problem, not a me problem. Marlene's over here handling her business, sipping my tea and minding my business. Okay. And that's the thing that I don't understand about other people. You're all in my business, but you're not handling yours. Oh, did I say that? Yes, I did. You all in my business. And back in the day, they used to say, sipping on your Kool Aid, but don't know the flavor. You don't know the flavor going on over here. You don't know the details of my life. You don't know what I have going on. And people don't understand that some days I could be like having a mental breakdown, like really sad, going through stuff, having real life issues. But I don't come on social media and bring my personal issues to the platform. I don't do that because I don't want to take another person down. I'm here to uplift. I'm here to have real conversations. I'm here to be supportive and teach. That's what I use my platform for. But it's a personal choice, and everybody is free to do what they want to do on their platform. Yes, Mary, I had to learn that people are looking to destroy your character, and it's best to remove yourself and not fall to their prey. Hmm. I know that's right. Thank you so much, Liz. Appreciate it. Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. Who's having tacos today? Yes. Yes, exactly, Mary B. Just don't watch. I always say click off, click left. Okay? Click off. Okay? Click off. Oh, what's the problem? Don't you know how to scroll to the next feed? You know, it's a lot of angry people. So many angry people. They they bring they bring whatever their issues to this app. And let me be clear. Clear, clear, clear. Marlene has issues. And I think everybody has issues, but why bring your issues to this app? Why? Why bring your issues to this app? Just about everybody that supports me doesn't know me in real time. But one thing they can say about Marlene is always supportive. I'm always supportive. I'm always going to have something kind and nice to say about everybody. I don't have nothing nasty to say about anybody because I don't know any of you and none of you know me. But the whole thing is that why can't we be supportive? Why can't we be kind, understanding, patient, compassionate? Everybody has a struggle. Everybody has a struggle. Everybody. Yes. Good for you. We have to continue elevating and building that. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. Same, Marlene. I take time off socials. That's why it's good to unplug. You have to. You have to. You have to unplug from social media. You have to unplug from other people. And I say, too, remove yourself from the toxicity, remove yourself from the foolishness, or you will become a part of it. Yeah, I have people I'm leading and I'm trying to share light in this dark world. Exactly, Joe. Exactly. Yes, we need more people like you. Exactly. Good morning, Miss Tamika. How are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome in. Yes, Mary. There's times I don't feel like being bothered. I love to seclude and just tongue tied and just enjoy my alone time. I feel you on that, Mary B. I love my alone time. I love to be around my positive people. But when I choose to click on, when I choose to hit that join, start a stream or talk about something, I'm very I'm very cognizant of what I put out there because I want in the next whatever how many years I want the people who love me to come back and to say, I love what Marlene put out there. I love what my sister, my auntie, my cousin, my best friend. I want people who love me in real time to say she really put something out there that is important. She put out a good message. She shared hope and love and light and conversation and showed that, transparently that you can go through something, but you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay stuck. And I'm grateful for that I didn't stay stuck in my past. Tuesday is the one day I can count on to have tacos or burritos or enchiladas. Yes, Michelle. Yes. I really I think that I'm actually going to do some tacos today myself. So that's the one thing that I feel really adamant about. Put put out good in there and then good will come back to you. I'm not saying that every single thing that happens on social media you have to respond to. I'm a firm believer in no response is the best response. When I hear foolishness, I see foolishness, I there's drama, Marlene backs away very quickly with the quickness because I don't like drama. I don't like drama. I don't like foolishness. I don't like people who like to throw people under the bus. I'm not a part of it. I'm not a part of it. And everybody is free to go and do whatever they want. But my whole thing is I'm not going to allow others to come and pollute the positive vibes that I have on all my channels. Positive vibes only, positive energy only, personal growth, support. I always say that people act like they're perfect. People act like they're perfect and they never done anything wrong. They never been through anything. I find that to be very interesting. I'm like, I know I've messed up. I know I've done a lot of wrong things. I know I've hurt people. So I can't act like I've never done anything. But at the same time, I don't come on social media looking for a pity party. I have to put in the work. I have to be accountable. I have to be consistent. And one thing about Marlene that I will say about myself, and I've earned that, Marlene is consistency queen. And I'm going to get a shirt made about that. I am consistency queen. There's one thing that I stay to my schedule. I respect myself, I respect others, and I'm mature enough to know when it's time to cut ties with people. And I think that that's the difference. It's nothing wrong with sometimes you just outgrow people or you find out who people really are. And I don't have to have a response to that. If I see that somebody is not my vibe or they don't care for me, maybe like they said that they did, it's cool. I'm mature enough. I'm a whole grown woman over here. And I always say if somebody has something to say, I'm not so uptight that someone can't, correct me. Everybody needs some correction. I have no problem with somebody saying, hey, Marlene, don't put that on your platform. It's not a positive message. That's not a good vibe. I have no problem listening to other people because I do think a lot of people here on this app, even though that they don't know me in real time, they're very supportive. And I'm very appreciative of that. I really am. I appreciate every single one of you who supports me on any of my channels. And I just have to put it out there. Be careful about what you put on social media, you know? Yes, sharing messages that can help each other to make it through the day by day, if nothing at all. I want you all to know we have a choice. Yes, yes, Joe, we all have a choice. We all, every single one of us, we have a choice. Hey, Sirius, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Thank you so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Happy Tuesday to you. And that's one of the things that about life and maturing. We all have a choice. We have a choice who we hang out with on social media. We all have a choice on what we talk about. We have a choice on what we upload. We have a choice to, you know, unsubscribe. We have those are all choices, you know. Oh, thank you so much, Michelle. I appreciate it. Yes. Yes, everybody, make sure you connect with anybody that you see in the chat. Yes, have a great rest of your day. I'm about to get out of here in a few more minutes, but make sure that you respect yourself. Respect yourself, everybody, because I'm telling you one thing that when you lose respect for somebody on social media, it's hard to ever get it back. It's an image thing. Be your real self. Thank you so much, Mary B, for dropping Joe's link. Be respectful. Respect yourself. That's one thing that I don't see a lot on social media is people have a whole problem respecting themselves. And I will say that's the reason why there's a lot of problems on social media is people don't know how to respect themselves. They've never known how to respect themselves. They've never known how to love themselves. They've never been their own friend. They've never worked on their issues in the past, and they bring all of that. It's like a, what do you call it? Like a snowball. All their issues have snowballed through the years, and then they come on to social media with their bitter, angry, jealous self, right? Bitter, jealous, angry, manipulative, dark self. And we can't do anything about those people. All we can do is be ourselves. That's all. And I do think that social media is here for a reason, but it's all about what you choose to do with it. So, like I said at the top of this discussion, be careful what you put on your social media apps. Be careful about sharing your personal and private information, you know, because, there's predators, there's weirdos looking for an opportunity, you know? There are some people who are whole, what do you call them? Serial unalivers. I can't say the word, but that's what they do. They go around and unalive people. Not everybody is wrapped too tight. I'm telling you, for real, for real. There are some people who have a social media app. They're not wrapped too tight. Be careful. Be careful. Be careful what you put out there. Be careful how you treat people. And, I'm going to end by saying this: make sure the things that you put out there, that you're able to handle the consequences of what you put out there. You know, especially if you're trying to make this your business, okay, it may be the reason why you're not getting sponsorships or collaborations or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, just putting it out there, some food for thoughts, some food for thought. So, I always like to elevate the mind and all of those things. So, thanks so much for tuning in to the podcast on today. I will see you all tomorrow. I'm not really sure what time I'm going to do the podcast because I'm having some much needed time with one of my family members. So, I'm not sure if I'm able to do a podcast tomorrow, or I may have to come in and make it be an evening podcast, but we'll see. Um, I appreciate every single one of you. Yes, agreed, agreed. Hey, James, I'm just about to get up out of here. Thanks for popping in. Really do appreciate it. Happy Tuesday to you, and I hope you're well. I just basically wanted to do this podcast to bring awareness, parents, aunties, uncles, daughters, brothers, and sisters. Watch your parents' social media, your older family members' social media, your kids' social media, and also watch your own. You know, there's people out here who are being whole imposters, doing a social media page, trolling you, trying to be you, trying to have your whole life. It's very interesting here on this app. So, oh, you've had me playing. Oh, thank you, James. Appreciate it. So, you know, be careful, everybody. That's all I'm saying. Be careful of what you do. Be careful of what you say. Be careful of how you treat other people. And you know what I have to say? Be careful how you treat yourself, because that boomerang, when that boomerang comes back, everybody, when the boomerang comes back, be hope that that boomerang is going to be good to you. That's going to be filled with positive vibes and energy, and not hatred and meanness and consequences of your actions. So Thank you all so much for supporting. And you know what I always say, if you have not hit the like on the way in, please hit the like on the way out. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. But if not, I'll definitely see you back on Thursday. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in to the Marlene Saunders Show, where we have real talk, real conversations, and you're welcome to it. If you have not subscribed to this channel, go ahead and subscribe. I do lives Monday to Thursdays and sometimes on Fridays. See you there. Bye, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.